Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. This video is about CA Finals self-paced online module Set B Strategic Cost and Performance Management. In this video, we will be covering repeated questions from RTP, MTP and PYQ. For Set B exams, they are asking from other than ICAI study material and case scenario booklet also. Some questions are being repeated frequently. So, those students who have wrote the exams have shared this information, and then those questions have compiled and solved in this video. So you can refer to this after solving all the sums in excess study material and in the case scenario booklet. And then if you have less time for your exam, you can watch this video and get a knowledge of the questions which are getting repeated frequently. I may not say that this will come for for sure in your exam, but there is a very good probability. Many students are finding these questions to be repeated. So those questions have been compiled in this video. Those questions are from other than ICAI study material and case scenario booklet, and then they are mainly from RTP, MTP and PYQ. Some questions we don't know the source, we cannot find it from any of the past questions or past year papers, but they are being asked. Those questions I have framed based on the information which I got from the students who wrote the exam. So those questions are also here. And questions from Vikruth Gupta PDF. In my Set B strategy video, I would have mentioned a PDF called Vikruth Gupta Search PDF. That PDF contains a number of repeated questions. Those questions are also solved in this video. So this video will contain all the repeated questions other than ICAI study material and case scenario booklet. If you want to cover ICAI study material and case scenario booklet, we have marathons in our YouTube channel for the same. In that we have two marathons. One is for theory marathon, which will be of 12 hours, and then in that all the theory in ICAI study material will be covered, and all the questions in both ICAI study material and case scenario booklet will be covered in that 12 hours video. And for practical sums also, we have a 12 hours marathon which will cover all the practical sums along with the related concepts which you should learn before solving the sums. Those concepts and then the practical questions will all be covered in that single video which will be of 12 hours. All the things in the study material and case scenario booklet. For theory and practical, separately you have two marathon videos that you can watch to cover the part in ICAI study material and case scenario booklet. The links for the marathon video will be given in the description and in the pinned comment. You can go there and click on the link and watch the marathon videos. And this PDF, which is containing the questions and answers, this will be used in this video, and this will be available in the Telegram channel. You can join the Telegram channel by using the link in the description and in the pinned comment. You can find this PDF in the Telegram channel. And one more important thing, please like, share and subscribe to the YouTube channel before continuing to the rest of the video. Now we can move to the questions. Now we can start with the first question. Here in this question we have a company. It is producing 3 juices, and 3 juices are orange juice, pineapple juice and mixed fruit juice. And here they have given the data of contribution per bottle. For one bottle of juice, how much contribution they are getting, and for one bottle how much total variable cost they are incurring. Now by these two, what we can do, we can add these two and find out the selling price per bottle. And one more thing they have given, total variable cost includes labor charges at 60 rupees per hour. Inside this variable cost we also have the labor charge that is included. The labor charge is 60 rupees per hour. Now for 1 hour we can produce 48 bottles of orange juice, or 60 bottles of pineapple juice, or 48 bottles of mixed fruit juice. By this, what we can find out, the time taken to produce one bottle, that we can find out using this data. Here the total labor hours available in a month. In a month totally this much only we have labor hour. We cannot increase it beyond this level. And then we have a contract by the company to deliver this much orange bottles for 82 lakh rupees and 2,20,000 pineapple bottles for 50 lakh rupees. Like this we have a contract. Now what is the requirement? We have to rank the products based on constraint or limiting factor. We have to rank based on the limiting factor. What is the limiting factor? Labor hours. Now here calculate the total cost of pineapple juice and orange juice. For pineapple juice and orange juice, what is the total cost they are asking? And then target cost also they are asking, assuming 25% profit on cost. Now we can start to do this. Here based on constraint or limiting factor, we have to use the concept of throughput accounting and theory of constraint. That is the concept we have to apply here. What we have to find out, for using this concept we need 3 important details. One is the throughput accounting ratio for ranking. For finding out the throughput accounting ratio, what is the formula? Throughput per bottleneck minute in the numerator. In the denominator we want the factory cost per bottleneck minute. Now for a small introduction about what is throughput and what is factory cost. Throughput is similar to contribution. How we will be getting contribution? Sales minus variable cost, we will get the contribution. But in throughput we will take the variable cost as per the throughput accounting concept. In throughput accounting concept, they will say that labor, the labor cost per unit, it will be generally considered as variable cost. But under throughput accounting concept, labor cost, they will consider it as fixed cost. Now what is the remaining variable cost? Direct material and other variable cost. That is the variable cost under the throughput accounting. So what you have to do? Sales minus variable cost as per the throughput accounting. What is the variable cost? Direct material and other variable cost. By doing this, you will get throughput. Here also we are reducing variable cost only, but variable cost as per the throughput accounting concept. So we are giving a new name for that. Instead of contribution, we are calling it throughput. And then you reduce the fixed cost, you will get the profit. Here in this fixed cost, we will get the normal fixed cost, and along with that, labor cost will also be fixed under throughput accounting concept. So this fixed cost we are having, right, that is called as the factory cost. This variable cost is as per the throughput accounting concept. This throughput we want. Now what we have to do? We have to find out the labor cost. Only then we can find out the factory cost. So first we can find out how much bottleneck minute we are having. What is bottleneck minute? Bottleneck minute means the limiting factor on the constraint that we are having. Here we are having the constraint as labor hours. In this labor hours, total 12,600 we have. When you multiply with the 60 minutes, you will get total number of minutes. This is the bottleneck resource. This is the limiting factor. So when you take this is the number of bottleneck minutes. So we have to find out the throughput per bottleneck minute. First we can find out the factory cost. Labor is a fixed cost. So total this much hours of labor we are having, and then for 1 hour 60 rupees is the cost. Total 7,56,000 is the total factory cost. Only labor cost we are having. We are not having any other fixed cost given in the question. So total labor cost will be equal to the total factory cost. So this 7,56,000 total factory cost. 7,56,000 minutes total bottleneck minutes. Factory cost per bottleneck minute. When you divide these two, you will get. Or else you can do it in the another method also. For 60 rupees, you are paying for labor cost for 1 hour. That is for 60 minutes, you are paying 60 rupees. So 60 minutes, that is the labor time. Labor time is the limiting factor for us. 60 is the amount we are paying. So labor cost per bottleneck minute, here also you can find out 60 divided by 60. It will also give the same answer as 1. Here also factory cost per bottleneck minute is 1. Now next we have to find out the throughput. For that we need to find out the sales and other variable cost except labor we have to find out. Here we have the total variable cost. Now we have to reduce the labor cost from this. We have to separate labor and another variable cost. That how we can do? Here when you see for 3 bottles, 3 juice, we have the standard units of production per hour. For 1 hour, 48 bottles we can manufacture. Now for 1 hour, what is the labor cost we are having? 60. So for 1 bottle, for 1 hour we can do 60. We can give 60 rupees to the labor, and we will get 48 bottles. So for 1 bottle, how much labor cost we are giving? 60 by 48. You will get 1.25 as the answer. That is the labor cost per bottle. For 1 bottle, what is the labor cost? Now same thing we are finding out for 3 juices. And then the next thing is total variable cost. We are reducing the labor cost. Total variable cost we took from the question. Labor cost we found out in the above step. When you reduce these two, you will get the other variable cost except labor for the 2 juices. Now what we can do? Selling price we have. How we got the selling price? Like this, contribution plus total variable cost 42, and 9 plus 22.5 31.5. Like this we will get the total selling price. And when you reduce the other variable cost, you will get the throughput. Now we can see throughput we got, and then bottleneck minute per bottle. In 1 hour, in 60 minutes, we can make 48 bottles. The 60 minutes labor time is the limiting factor. So how much bottle we can, how much time it is taking to make 1 bottle? That is the bottleneck minute per bottle. For 1 bottle, it is taking 1.25 minutes. It is taking 1 minute, 1.25 minutes. Like that, that is the time taken for the bottle. Since time is the limiting factor, here we are taking that as the bottleneck minute. And then throughput per bottleneck minute. This is the throughput per bottle. This is the bottleneck minute per bottle. When you divide these two, you will get the throughput per bottleneck minute. This we can use it to rank the products. How this is helping to rank the products is that here if you see 1.25 minutes is the bottleneck minute per bottle, 13.25 is the throughput per bottle. Here, this time is the limiting factor, so we have to use it properly. Here, when you see, when you use 1.25 minutes in orange juice, you are getting 13.25 rupees of throughput. Now, when you use 1 minute of throughput, how much 1 minute of time, how much throughput you are getting? Like that, you can see. When you use 1 minute in which bottle, you are getting the highest throughput. Throughput is similar to contribution. When you are getting highest throughput, that is the good thing. You have to do that product first. So same thing, throughput per bottleneck minute. For 1 minute, how much throughput you are getting? Factory cost per bottleneck minute. For 1 minute, how much factory cost you are incurring? This throughput accounting ratio you will get by dividing the throughput and then factory cost. 10.6 divided by 1. 10.6. 10 divided by 1. 10. So you got the throughput accounting ratio. Here, the highest ratio is rank 1. The lower ratio is rank 2. So you have to rank it properly. Here, this ranking we got, the first requirement we completed. Now we have to see the total cost for the pineapple juice and orange juice. This total cost when you are seeing, here you can see 2,60,000 orange bottles, 2,20,000 pineapple bottles. For that, how much sales revenue we fixed? For 2,60,000, 82 lakh. For 2,20,000, 50 lakh. This is the contract by the company. Now what is the other variable cost? Here when you see, we have the other variable cost per bottle, 28.75. When you do 28.75 multiplied by 2,60,000, you will get 74,75,000. And then labor cost, you can do it 60 rupees per hour. Or else for per bottle also we found out the labor cost. Labor cost per bottle 1.25. When you multiply by the number of bottles, you will get the total labor cost. 1.25 multiplied by 2,60,000. So you will get the labor cost. Same like this you have to do for the pineapple bottles also. You can find out the contribution or profit. Here we don't have any other expenses given in the question. So contribution will be the same as the profit. Now what is the total cost we incurred? This two when you add it, you will get the total cost. Total cost per bottle you can get by dividing using the number of bottles. Now what is the selling price per bottle? This much revenue we got from total of 2,60,000 bottles. For one bottle, what is the revenue? 82 lakh divided by 2,60,000. When you do this, you will get 31.54, 22.73. This is the actual selling price as per the contract done by the company. Now the next requirement what we have to find out is target cost, assuming 25% profit margin on cost. Here, this is the cost per bottle. We want 25% profit on the cost. So we have to find out the target cost they are saying. What is the formula for finding out target cost? We need to take the target selling price. And then from target selling price, we have to reduce the target profit. And then when you do this, you will get the target cost. This is the formula for target costing. Here, what is the selling price we are getting actually? 31.54 and then 22.73. For this selling price, we have to find out the target cost. Here, target cost plus 25% profit on cost, you will get the target selling price. Here, what is the target selling price? 31.54, 22.73, because this is the actual selling price we are getting, and then based on this we need to achieve we have to reduce the cost to a target cost level for getting 25% profit on cost. For orange juice, we can take the target cost as x plus 25% of x. This is the profit on cost. You will get the target selling price. So 1.25x equal to 31.54, x you will get 25.23. This is the target cost for orange juice. And then for pineapple juice, same target cost you can take it as x, 1.25x equal to 22.73 selling price. And then you will get x as 18.18. This is the target cost for pineapple juice. And in this question, one more thing also they may ask you. They can also ask the contribution lost. They may ask you to find out the contribution lost. How we will lose the contribution? As per the ranking, we have to first produce orange juice. After that, only we have to produce the pineapple juice. First, we have to produce orange juice fully, complete the entire demand, maximum annual demand for orange juice. After that, we have to go to the pineapple juice. Here, they have not given any maximum annual demand. So, how much, even if we produce orange juice for all the labor hours that we have, there is no limit. We can fill it. There is no limit for the maximum annual sales. So, we have to find out the contribution lost for the time that we invested in pineapple juice. We manufactured 220,000 pineapple bottles. For that, how much time we spent, and in that time, how much contribution we lost. That is what we have to find here. Here, when you see, orange juice and pineapple bottles. Here contribution per bottle. For one bottle, 12 rupees contribution we are getting. Here 9 rupees we are getting. We are taking the contribution, not the throughput. And then time taken per bottle. For one bottle, we are taking 1.25 minutes. Here for one bottle, we are taking 1 minute. Using that 1.25 minute, I earned a contribution of 12 rupees. When I invest 1 minute, how much contribution I will get? That is 9.6. How you are getting that? 12 divided by 1.25. And then when you invest 1 minute in pineapple bottle, you are getting 9 rupees. Same contribution per minute, you already got it here. Now when you rank based on this, higher the contribution, better. So here you are having higher contribution, rank 1. Here lower contribution, so rank 2. First you have to do orange juice as per the contribution ranking also. As per throughput ranking and contribution ranking, first you have to manufacture the orange juice. Now pineapple bottles, you manufactured how many? 2,20,000 pineapple bottles we manufactured. For that, how much time we invested? 2,20,000 bottles. For one bottle 1 minute, so 2,20,000 minutes. And this 2,20,000 minutes we invested in pineapple. If we invested this much minutes in orange, how much contribution we could have achieved? 9.6 per minute we are getting contribution in orange juice. This much minutes we are investing in orange juice. Then how much contribution we could have achieved? 21,12,000. But using this 2,20,000 minutes in pineapple bottles, how much contribution we actually achieved? 9 minutes, 9 rupees per minute. So 2,20,000 into 9. This is the contribution we actually achieved. So we could have achieved 21 lakh, but we actually achieved only 19 lakh 80,000. So 1 lakh 32,000 is the loss of contribution. Or else you can find it in another method also. When investing 1 minute, we lost contribution of 0.60. So the difference between these two. And then we invested 2,20,000 minutes. So 2,20,000 minutes into 0.6. This will also give you the same answer, 1,32,000. So that's all about this question. They have asked about ranking based on limiting factor or constraint, throughput accounting, and then total cost, and then target cost assuming the return, and then contribution lost. This and all we found out. And one more important thing, this question I have framed based on the information which I got from students who actually wrote the exams. They gave me the information based on their remembrance. They noted down the questions and came and gave it to me. So this question I have framed based on that only. And this question we cannot say that confirmly that this was the data, like that we cannot say. But based on this available data, we can come to a conclusion and do the solution like this. So when you get a similar question in the exam, you can use the same logic and find out the answer. Now we can see the next question related to overall equipment effectiveness. Here in this question, we have a company. That company has a machine. For that machine, they have given the data. The overall equipment effectiveness is 93.555%. What is the meaning of overall equipment effectiveness? This is based on the concept of total productive maintenance. What is the concept telling? We have a machine in our factory. We have to do maintenance properly. We have to regularly plan the maintenance. The workers itself should be given training. They should be able to do small repair in the machinery. They should be able to do small maintenance, and then for any problem we should immediately call the people and rectify the problem. We should be giving the right to the workers to stop the machine if there is any problem, and then we should plan the maintenance in such a way that it does not interrupt the normal production hours. Like in weekend, if you are having holiday, we can plan the maintenance on weekend. Some companies, they will try to reduce the maintenance for reducing the total cost, but we should not do it like that. The concept is saying that we have to do regular maintenance, we have to plan it and do it properly. That is the main principle of total productive maintenance. If you do that properly, you can achieve the overall equipment effectiveness. We will get good quality product. The machine will be running all around the day, and we will not get any breakdown. Due to breakdown, we are incurring additional cost. We are losing the opportunity to do production. The labor is remaining idle. Like that, we are having a lot of problem. So to prevent the breakdown only, this concept was introduced. Now, for this overall equipment effectiveness, what is this number saying? It is a combination of three ratios. It is saying that how much the total productive maintenance is working effectively. After total productive maintenance, how much the machine is working properly. For that only, this number is saying 93.555. What is the three ratios that are combined to get this number? Three ratios are availability ratio, performance ratio, and quality ratio. Availability ratio means for total we will before starting the production period for 1 month or 1 year, we will try to do the budget or planning for production. Before doing that, we will make a plan. In that plan, what will be there? We will see how much unit we have to manufacture. For that, how much planned time we have given. What is the planned time we have to produce during the period? and then these are all the details that will be in the planning document. So the availability ratio is out of the total planned time, how much time we actually worked. Actual operating time divided by planned production time. In performance ratio, what they will tell, how much efficiently the machine is performing. This is similar to the labor efficiency ratio, standard hour by actual hour. We will take the standard time for producing the components divided by actual time taken for producing the components. Now quality ratio, we will see the quality of the products manufactured. Total how many units you manufactured, out of that how many units were good count, how many of them were not defective, how many of them were good and were ready to be sent to the customer. So that we have to keep it in the numerator. These are the three ratios which we have to combine to get the overall equipment effectiveness. Here they have given that the overall equipment effectiveness is 93.555%, and then the performance ratio is 105%. So overall equipment effectiveness 93.555 divided by 100. We can take it like that. And performance ratio 105 by 100. Performance ratio 105 by 100. And then we have other details also in this question. What is the planned production time in the planning document that they have given here? In a normal shift of 9 hours, workers are allowed to take 2 short breaks of 15 minutes each. In a shift of 9 hours, 9 hours into 60 minutes, total working time, total planned time based on a shift, and then out of that we have to reduce the break, 2 break of 15 minutes each, 2 into 15 normal short break, and then lunch break of 30 minutes. So when you reduce this, you will get 8 into 60, 480 minutes. That is the planned production time for one shift of 9 hours. Now what we found out here, the planned production time we found out. So in this formula we can substitute operating time divided by planned production time. Operating time we don't know. Operating time will be in the numerator as it is. Planned production time will be in the denominator. So other data what we want, good count by total count. What is the good count? Here they have given the total 27,216 units manufactured and only 272 were defective. So when you reduce the bad count from the total count, you will get the good count. So good count you got, total count you got. So in this entire equation, we have overall equipment effectiveness, planned production time, performance ratio, good count by total count, everything we have. The only thing missing is operating time. We can easily find it out. Keep operating time in one side, take all the numbers to the other side. You will get the operating time to be 432 minutes. So how much we have to find? We have to find out the unplanned downtime. What is the requirement? We have to find out the unplanned downtime. What is the unplanned downtime? We made a plan for working for 480 minutes, but actually we worked only for 432 minutes. This 480 minutes, it is after reducing the planned break, planned setup time, everything we reduce. After that only this planned production time we got. Now we have to see the abnormal loss of time, unplanned downtime we can call it. That we have to find out. 480 minutes we planned, 432 only we actually worked. So 48 minutes were abnormal loss of time or unplanned downtime, we can say that. And second thing is we have to find out the ideal cycle time. So what is the ideal cycle time? We have to find out. Here this performance ratio, when you take this, the performance ratio we have 105 by 100. Operating time we are having, total count we are having, and then ideal cycle time alone we have to find out. That is what we are going to do here. Performance ratio, operating time the denominator, total count we are having, ideal cycle time alone we have to find out. From this equation we can find out the ideal cycle time to be 0.0166667 minutes. Now when you see this is in minutes. When you say in second, it will be more easier. For one bearing ball, 1 second will be the time. When you multiply by 60, you will get the time in seconds. So that's all the requirement for this question. And then this is theory part, you can read it by yourself. I have given the reference for this question. This question I have taken from RTP May 2021. When you go to the document, you can find out the answer for the third part of the question. Now we can move to the next question, which is about the profit maximization model. Now what is the profit maximization model? A small introduction. We have to find out the level of sales or level of output at which we are getting the maximum profit. For that we are using this model. The simple equation which we have to remember here is MR equal to MC. At this level, we will have the profit to be maximum. Here, we will at this level of output. Here, for example, 10,000 units or 20,000 units. That is the level at which we are achieving this MR equal to MC. Then, at that level only, we will get the maximum profit. That is the main thing we have to remember. Now, what is MR? What is MC? MC means marginal cost. Marginal cost is nothing but the variable cost which you are incurring for producing the product. And what is the marginal revenue? Marginal revenue means the additional revenue which you are getting by selling extra one product. So here the marginal revenue, we have the formula here. MR equal to A minus 2BQ. Before that, we can see the formula for price. The price equation we have to see. The basic demand equation or price equation, you can say P is equal to A minus BQ. Here, what is A, what is B, what is Q? Q is the quantity demanded. A is the price at which you will have zero demand. If you keep this much high price, no one will buy. That is the maximum price at which no one will buy. So that is the meaning of A. B is the slope of the demand curve. We all know what is the demand curve. We will have this is as the demand curve. Quantity demand will be here. Price will be here. So this is the demand curve. Here, what is the slope of the demand curve? Change in price divided by change in quantity. This is the formula for finding out the slope of the demand curve. This demand curve, we are finding the slope of that. And then Q is the quantity demanded. When you substitute all this, you will get the price of a product for a particular quantity demanded. Now, this price equal to A minus BQ. Now, what is the formula for marginal revenue? A minus 2BQ. So nothing but A minus 2BQ is the formula for marginal revenue. Here we can find it out one by one here. The market research indicates that for every 4 rupees decrease in price, the demand will be expected to increase by 8,000 batches. If you change the price by 4 rupees, how much you are getting the change in quantity demanded? 8,000 batches. So this is the quantity demanded and price changes. By this we can find out the slope of the demand curve B. And then each batch is made using chemical salt. This is the raw material which we are using, that we can see it later. For one batch we want 30 minutes of machine time. Machine time cost they have given, fixed overhead cost they have given, based on a budgeted level of 3 lakh batches. Okay, now they have given the average labor cost for one batch also. Here we have to find out per batch everything. Find out the optimum selling price for the company and the resulting annual profit at which the company will make from charging the price. We have to find out the profit maximizing selling price. Now another requirement is we have to find out the pricing strategy also. Now here they have they themselves they have given P equal to A minus BQ, MR equal to A minus 2BQ. Here what is the data we are having? First we are finding the slope of the demand curve B. Okay, that is okay. Now the maximum demand they have given 10 lakh batches. Here one data they have given with maximum demand for the product being 1 million batches. Totally, this is the maximum demand. Now, when you see the maximum price, what will be there? It will be very high. The demand will be zero. Nobody will buy. But when you see the maximum demand, what it will be there? The demand will be very high. The price will be very low, close to zero. You can take it as zero itself. Even if you give it zero price, nobody will buy more than 1 million batches. The total sales you can do is only 1 million batches. The maximum demand is 10 lakh batches at which the price will be 0. Now when you substitute it in the formula, P is equal to A minus BQ. A we are not having, B we are having, Q we have 10 lakh batches is the maximum demand. At that maximum demand, what is the price? Price is 0. So you can easily find out the A will be 500. So this is the maximum selling price at which no one will buy. Maximum selling price. So we have to find out the marginal cost next. Now this is raw material. This will be the variable cost per batch. For 1 gram 0.08 rupees. So we are using 367.5 gram for one batch. Same thing, 0.4 rupees per gram. We are using this much grams. So when you multiply, you will get the raw material cost per batch. And then machine cost. They are saying that for one batch, we will require 30 minutes of machine time. And for machine time, what is the cost we are paying? 40 rupees per hour. For 1 hour, we are paying 40 rupees. 40 rupees. For 60 minutes, we are paying 40 rupees. Now, for one batch, we are taking 30 minutes of machine time. So, half of that will be incurred. 40 by 2, 20 rupees will be the machine cost. And then labor cost, they have given directly 38.60. Here, this 35 rupees is the fixed production overhead. So, that will not come in the marginal cost. When you total these itself, you will get to the marginal cost 208.6. And then marginal revenue, we have the equation A minus 2BQ. A we are having 500, which we found out earlier. 2 we will have it, and B we found out, and Q we are having like that. Q you have to keep it as it is. That is what we are going to find out, quantity demanded at which we are getting the maximum profit maximization level. So this equation you are getting for marginal revenue. Now you have to do MR equal to MC. This 208.6 is the marginal cost per batch. This MR is the marginal revenue equation. When you equate these two, you will get the quantity. Quantity you are getting is 2,91,400. This is the profit maximization level. At the level of 2,91,400 batches production, when you do this and sell it to the people, you will get the maximum profit. What is the price at that quantity? A minus BQ is the price equation. A we are having, B we are having, Q. At this level of quantity, how much price we should set? That is what we are finding out. So you will get the price to be 354.3. In the question also they found that only. Find the optimum profit maximization selling price for the company. So we found out the selling price. What is the profit at that selling price? This is the selling price for one batch. How much batch we are selling? 2,91,400. Total sales revenue. Total variable cost. This 208.6 is the variable cost per batch. So total variable cost we are having, and then this fixed cost we will take as per the budgeted level of activity only. Whether we are selling this much or not, that is not relevant. The total fixed cost will be incurred. 35 rupees per batch for 3 lakh batches they have planned. So 35 into 3 lakh will be incurred whether you are producing 3 lakh batches or 2 lakh batches. Even if you do not produce, this fixed cost will be incurred. So that will be taken as per the budgeted level of activity. When you reduce all this from the revenue, you will get the profit. So this is the profit that we are getting at the maximum profit maximization level of output. So again the second part is about a little bit of theory. So you can read it from there, from RTP May 2021 document. Now we can move to the next question. This question is from CA Final FCMPE old syllabus, mock test paper September 2022. This is a beautician question. Many students are telling that this is coming repeatedly in exams. So we can read this question now. Now before reading this question, we can see that this question is from the concept of building block model. Now we can see a small introduction of the concept to solve this question. Now here, building block model, this is a solution to the performance measures in service organization. In an organization, how they are performing good or not, we need any improvement, or the performance is declining, profits are reducing. Like that we need to measure the work, whether they are working properly or not, they are earning profits or not, that we have to measure. In a service organization, for doing that, this model will be helpful for us. This you can also apply for manufacturing and retail, but mainly it was created for service organization. Here this was created by two persons, Fitzgerald and Moon. They have given the name here, and this is the entire chart of this model. These are all the elements which you have to remember, which you have to see, which you have to know about this model. Here mainly we have three branches here. One is the standards, second one dimensions, third one is the reward. This is, as we saw already, this is a model to measure the performance. What is the performance? Performance means two things. One is the financial performance, profit, whether you are earning or not. The second thing is comparative performance. When compared to the other industry, when compared to the other companies in the same industry, or when compared to the other branches of your same company, how you are working. That is the two types of result or the performance which we have to measure. And for doing that performance, we have to work in our business. We have to bring improvement in our business. We have to improve our statistics. We have to improve our metrics. So what are all the areas in which we have to work in our business? In our business, we have to work in quality. We have to improve the quality of our product. We have to be flexible to the demand. If any new demand is coming, we have to be flexible. We should produce more. If we are getting low demand, we should be able to divert the production into any other new product, or we should be able to rent out the machinery. Like that, flexibility should be there as per the customer response, as per the changes in the customer demand, as per the new developments in the market. If any new product is coming in the market, we have to change our strategy for that, for giving a response to that new product. Like that, we should be flexible to the market expectation or market demand. Innovation, we have to do new things in our product. We have to bring new packages, and we have to bring new products. We have to change the process in which we are operating. We have to do new packages and all to improve the existing level. And then resource utilization, whatever resources we are having, the money we are having, the labor we are having, the machinery we are having, everything should be utilized properly. We should make the most out of the resources that we have. We should extract the maximum benefit that we can. So this will give a very good performance both in financial terms and in operating terms when you compare with the other branches, other industry or other companies. So the areas where you have to work in your business, that is called as the determinant. These are the factors which will determine your result. Result means financial performance and comparative performance. these input, these areas in which you are working in the business, that will determine the result. So result and determinant, these two are interrelated. They are called as the performance dimension in this building block model. Performance dimension means the place where you have to work and the result which you will achieve in your business. So result and determinant are subcategories of dimension. Now this is the where you have to work we saw. What result you will achieve that we saw. Now we should see the reward mechanism. When an employee is working properly, he is achieving the cost reduction target, he is reducing the unplanned downtime, he is working properly, bringing more profit, he did more innovation, he made steps to increase the quality of the product, he made steps to make our company flexible, he brought new innovation and all. Like that, everything will be done by the employees, managers, supervisors only. For them, what we will give in return? We will give reward. We can give motivation. We will give motivation in both in financial terms and non-financial terms. In non-financial terms, we can tell them to be, we can give them flexible working hours. Like that, if they are asking work from home, we can give it to them. If they are willing to work overtime, we can give extra pay and make them work overtime. Like that, whatever the need of the employee, we can do it in non-financial terms. We can do it without spending any money. That is the motivation in non-financial terms. In financial terms also, we can give a share of the profit which we are earning because of the work of the employee. We can give bonus, we can give incentive. Like that, financially also we can motivate the employee. And then the reward should be clear. We should tell the reward scheme very clearly to the employee. If you achieve 100 rupees cost, 100 rupees reduction in the cost, we will give you 20 rupees. Like that, if it is very clear, the employee will get an idea of how much we have to work, how much we have to achieve. He will have his own personal expenses and personal needs. Based on that, he will work overtime or he will work more. Like that, he will adjust as per the needs of the organization also. The next aspect is controllability. You should give reward for the employee or you should punish the employee only for the reasons that are under the control of the employee. For example, you are having 3 divisions. In each division, 1 lakh rupees is the amount invested, and then using that amount, they are buying machinery, keeping labor, and doing the business. For each division, we have a manager. Now, centrally, for the entire company, we are having a CEO. That CEO, what he is saying is that because of change in interest rate, we are borrowing from the market only. By using that amount only, we are doing the business. The change in interest rate, earlier we had 10% interest rate, now it became 20%. Because of this, we are getting extra interest. This is a loss for the company. So what it is happening? 1 lakh rupees invested in one division. In one division, extra 10% interest rate. So for this 1 lakh invested in the division, we are paying extra 10,000 interest. This is caused by the change in interest rate. For this extra expense and all, you cannot punish the divisional manager. Like that, there are external factors which are not under the control of the manager. For that, you should not give reward to the manager, or you should not give punishment to the manager also for the factors outside the control of the manager. So these are the reward. Motivation you have to give to the employee. Reward should be very clear. Controllable aspects only you have to give reward or punishment to the employee. The next thing is standards. The goals which we are keeping for the employees. Like for example, if there is a manager, he is for the division in which the manager is there, the cost per unit is coming to be 10 rupees. Now the superior manager, the CEO of the entire company, he is saying to the divisional manager that you have to reduce the cost per unit to 8 rupees. Like that, he is saying for division A manager. Now division B manager, the cost per unit for division B manager, that is also 10 rupees. But for division B manager, what he is saying, you have to reduce it to 7 rupees per unit. For division manager of division A, the target is 2 rupees only. 2 rupees only have to reduce. But for division B manager, the target is 3 rupees. Both are similar division only. Both are operating like similar manner only, same machinery only. Just the geographical location is different. Division A manager is operating in Tamil Nadu. Division B manager, he is operating in Andhra. Like that, only the location is different, but the divisions, other working operating procedures are all same. But still, you are having a partiality in the cost reduction target. Now, what will happen? One manager will be sad because he is showing, the entire CEO showing partiality. So it will be very bad. That will be bad for the manager also, entire company also. It will reduce the satisfaction of the employee. It will give disappointment to the employee, because if you do this continuously, the employees will leave the company. That is bad. So the standards or the goals which you are keeping for the employees, that should be impartial. It should be independent. It should be equally challenging to all parts of the all the managers. So equity should be maintained. achievable. Now the target cost. The cost per unit at current level it is 10 rupees. Now you cannot tell to the manager that you have to reduce it to 2 rupees or 3 rupees. That is obviously not possible. So if you keep impossible target, that is also a bad thing. The targets which you are keeping, it should be achievable. And then ownership. Whatever the work they are doing, they should be given accountability for that. If they are being given a target of 10 rupees, currently it is there, you should reduce it to 8 rupees. This 2 rupees is the cost reduction target. For that target, the particular employee is responsible. He should be accountable. If he is not able to achieve the target, he should give a report like what is the reasons why I could not achieve it, what are the factors which stopped me from achieving this 2 rupees cost reduction target. Like that, he should give a report. You should be keeping the employee accountable. Only then he will work properly. If you are not keeping any accountability and all, the employee will not work because nobody is going to ask him whether he completed the work or not. So these are the factors which you are going to see in which we saw in building block model. First thing is performance dimension. In that, where you have to work in the business, the areas in which you have to work. And then result means the result which you are going to achieve by that work. Reward means reward to the employee who is performing the work. Motivation, it should be clear, controllable the factors only. You should give punishment and reward. Standards, the goal which you are setting, it should be equally challenging. It should be achievable, and you should give accountability to the employees. So these are the factors which you are seeing in building block model. Now we can see how this concept is being applied in the question and then solve the question accordingly. So we can read the question. Here we have a company that is running beauty parlor services. It is having various branches or various centers in various cities. Total 150 centers they are having. Here it is very competitive. They are comparing the performance between different center and they are comparing and giving a competitiveness between them. Each center is operating autonomously and managers can decide everything in that division or the center. Now they have developed a website where it is creating blogs like that website it is having. In that, if a customer is searching in Google like the company's beauty parlor, it will redirect to the nearest service center. It will show the nearest center where the company is having. And on the booking for all the services for this company is happening through online only. For one center they have given the data. The center is X. The revenue, gross profit, everything they have given for that particular center. This column, the column headed center, that is for the average thing for all the centers. Total 150 centers they are having, right? The average revenue for the center, gross profit for the center, like total revenue divided by number of center. That is the data given for the center. Here they have given the revenue here, gross profit, number of senior beautician, number of junior beautician. What is the difference between these two is that beautician, they are categorized as senior. Senior beautician is a person who is qualified for more than 3 years. If the person is new to the work or he has experience less than 3 years, it is called as a junior beautician. Now they have given other details also. Number of website hits, total number of services booked online and completed. Here we already saw that all the orders for this company is coming through online channel only. Number of website hits means total number of times the website has been visited. The website they will be visiting, right, customers. How much time they came into the website and visited it, and then after visiting, how much time they placed the order. So that is the number 9,915. 15,000 times they came into the website. 9,915 times they placed an order successfully. So this is the meaning of website hits and orders booked online. Now repeat customers. Customers who are coming one time and again if they are coming to the same center, it means repeat customers. So how much services, how much orders they have received from repeat customers, that is the number given. And then total time spent completing jobs for for completing the services for all the customers, how much time they took. In hours, 24,000 hours they took, 25,880 hours they took. The next data is number of new service packages. In a beautician spa and all, they will bring new packages like hair spa and haircut you can get it, or you can get different services or coupon they will give. Like that, new service package they will be bringing. New package for the customer that they have given. They have brought 3 new customer packages in the particular center. Average they will bring 2 new customer packages for the period. Now customer percentage in terms of feedback forms. They are getting feedback from the customer using feedback form. The company, how much feedback gave a score of 9 or 10. How much rating they have given. That is the main thing here. 9 or 10 rating means it is very good. How much customers gave 9 or 10 rating? 86% in our particular center, 77% average. Now here other details they have given. 3 new service packs have been introduced by the center X. Free coupon worth 600 rupees for over and above 1200 rupees services. If you buy services for 1200 or more, they will give you a coupon. That coupon it will give you 600 rupees worth of services for free. A head massage costing only 240 instead of the usual 480 for 10 days advanced booking. If you book in 10 days advance, you will for the head massage you will get a discount. 480 is the normal cost for the head massage, but when you book in 10 days advance, they will put some discount and they will give you it only for 240 rupees. Now the next thing is haircut of 120 will be charged, which usually cost 360 for all customers booking hair spa. If you book hair spa and along with that haircut, when you book both of this, what will happen? The haircut normally the cost is 360 rupees, but when you do this both, when you book this both together, they will give you some discount and then they will charge only 120 rupees for the haircut. So this is one more package they have introduced. These are some discount packages to attract the customer into their center. These new service packs produce revenues of this much. From the first service pack, they got revenue of 7,92,000. Second service pack, 6,96,000. Third service pack, 6,48,000. This is the revenue from the service package. Because of this, they got this much extra revenue. And then for other centers also, they will also bring service packs. On an average, 2 service packs they will bring. For that similar service packs, how much revenue they got? 5,28,000 and 5,04,000. This is the average revenue for new service pack. Now customers will give rating. 1 to 10 will be the rating range, and then 10 is the very best rating. Now here, what is the requirement of the question? The CEO of the company, he has recently attended a webinar and then he has learned about the building block model. He wants to know how we can analyze our performance of our beauty parlor using the building block model. He is interested to know about how the dimensions block could be achieved, could be applied here. What is the dimensions block? Dimensions block has two things. One is the result. Another thing is the determinant. Determinant means the areas in which you have to work in the business to achieve the result. Result means financial performance and comparative performance. Determinants, it will include quality, innovation, resource utilization, and flexibility. These are the factors under determinants. We have to apply these factors based on the data given above and we have to do the analysis. Here they have given the analysis. First thing is competitiveness. This competitiveness is nothing but the comparative performance which we saw. This comparative performance, they are also calling it as competitive performance. What is competition? Two people are working, you are comparing each other and seeing who is best. What is comparative? You are comparing two people. Same thing only, just they have given the name to be different. Here, what is the comparative performance? In comparison, you can compare the operating procedures only. One division produced this much units. Second division produced this much units. You can compare these two. One division operated this much time. Second division operated this much time. That you can compare like that. In operating aspects only, like machinery working time or labor working time, labor efficiency, raw material usage efficiency, the scrap which they have generated, like that, the operational aspects of the division only you can compare with each other. Here, in this, what is the operational aspect? Revenue and gross profit are financial. Senior beautician, junior beautician, number of labor that they are having. Here, this website hit and then the number of services booked and completed. This is based on the operational aspect. So this we can take it for competitive performance. That only they have taken here. Total 15,010 times the customer has visited the website. Out of that, 9,915 times they have placed the order successfully. So this percentage when you calculate, this will give you how much percentage of the customer when visiting the website they are placing an order. So that is the operational performance. When you see in the particular center, this two number you have to take. When you take the center average, these two you have to take. So when you take the percentage, you will get 66 percentage for our particular center, and average center, it will have 63.71 percentage. What is the meaning of this percentage? How much people visiting the website are coming into our website and doing the order? Visiting the website is the denominator. In the numerator, we will have how much people are placing the order. If this is very high, it is very good for the company. The higher, the better, because more customers are placing the order. So here we can see that our center is performing well. It has a higher percentage. Always one thing, when you are comparing two percentage or two ratio, you have to see the numerator and denominator. Here in numerator, what we are having? Customer placing the order. And then in denominator, what you are having? You are having the total website hits. So when comparing two ratios like this, you have to two ratios means the percentage of X and percentage of center average. Here when you are seeing, you have to see whether the ratio is higher the better or lower the better. If it is high, whether it is good or not, that we have to see. For that you have to see the numerator. Customer placing the order, that is in the numerator. How much orders have been placed by the customer? This is a good factor. If you have more customer placing the order, it is good for the company. If you have less customer placing the order, only less order you are getting, it is bad for the company. So this is a positive factor. When you are having a positive factor, what will happen? If you have more ratio, it will be good for the company. If you have a less ratio, it will be bad for the company. So that is the logic which you have to see. So here the percentage is more, so it is good for the company. Now financial performance. Financial is gross profit ratio, GP by sales. We have both the data in the above question. We can use that to find out the gross profit ratio. In gross profit ratio also we have more profit. That is good for the company. And then quality of service. How we can see the quality of the service? Here we have a data for the repeated customers. The customer is coming repeatedly to our center. So what is the meaning? We are giving good quality service. We are achieving all the needs of the customer. We are giving the service as per the requirement of the customer. The requirement of the customer, the expectation of the customer is satisfied. So he is coming to us repeatedly. So this services number is showing the satisfaction of the customer, and it is showing the quality of the service. So total how much jobs we are having? Total this much only is orders placed by the customer. Out of that, number of orders taken from repeat customer, this we are having. Here we can see this how much percentage of our orders we are getting from repeated customer. In our center, 15% are coming from repeated customer. In center average, only 13% coming. So we are getting more orders from repeated customer. It is good for the company. Now, flexibility. What is the flexibility? The time taken per job is taken as the flexibility here. In a beautician or a spa, a parlor and all, what is the main thing? You have to complete the job quickly so that you can do the work for another customer. So that when you do work for more customers in a day, you will get more revenue. That is the logic. So the time taken for one customer should be low. Here totally this much hours we took for completing the services. Total number of services we completed is 9,915. For one service, for one customer, how much time we took? 2.43 hours we took for completing one customer. In an average center, they will take 2.11 hours only for completing for the service for one customer. Here, this is a bad thing. We are taking more time than the average. We are taking more time to complete for one customer. Because of this, we will be able to do only for less customers in a day. In an average center, for example, if there's a 10-hour shift, in an average center, how much customer they will complete? Here when you do this, in an average center, one worker, if they are having 10-hour shift, they will complete about 5 customers. But in our center, our center, one beautician, in the same shift, how much customer they will complete? You will do 10 divided by 2.43. 4 only we are getting. So here what is the thing happening is that we are taking more time. So we are able to complete only less customers. So less customers means less revenue. So it is a bad thing for the company. And here in the explanation they have given a thing also. Here why we are taking more job per customer? Because we are having high quality. Our service is of very high quality. We are taking more time to complete the job for the customer. We are asking the need for the customer. We are doing everything. Like that, we are doing a more comprehensive job. We are having very high quality. So that is why time we are taking a little bit higher. We are giving good quality. For good quality, it takes time. So that is what they have given. Because of this quality, we cannot think this as a very bad thing. Even if we are doing 4 customers in one day, we are doing it properly. We are doing it of very high quality. And then the next thing is resource utilization. What is the resource we are having here? The primary resource is labor, senior beautician and junior beautician. So total number of beautician, how much we are having? 90 plus 60, 150 we are having in our center. In other center, they are having 165. Now they are taking the revenue per beautician. Here the total revenue divided by number of beautician we are taking. For one beautician we are getting 60,840 revenue in our center. On an average they are getting 65,860 revenue. So the revenue we are getting low. Why we are getting low? We are taking more time to do the job for the customers, so we are getting only less customers mean less revenue. So for that less revenue, when you divide it by the number of beautician, you are getting a lesser number for revenue per beautician. Here also they are saying that you are getting a less revenue only, but we are giving high quality service. Because of that, repeated customers are coming, so that is a good thing for the company. This also we cannot take it as a very serious situation. This is an average situation only. Because of higher quality we are getting more time, and the revenue also we are getting a little bit less. But when you see in gross profit ratio, it is anyway giving good numbers only. So the next thing is innovation. When you see the innovation factor here in beauty parlor and all, what is the innovation? The new package which you are bringing for the customer, that is the innovation. Here in innovation, what they are saying is that out of total revenue, 91,26,000, and from the new packages, how much revenue you got? First package, second package, third package. From the three packages, you got this much total revenue. Out of total revenue, 23% you are getting from new package. And when you are seeing average center, they are getting only 9.5%, just 10% only they are getting from new package. From innovation, we are getting more revenue. Out of our total revenue, 23% of revenue is coming from innovation. So it is good. We are doing more innovation, generating more revenue. Now the standards and rewards. The question we can see the next subdivision. Explain how the standards and reward block support the dimension block in case of building block model. How the standards and rewards are related to performance dimension. That is what they are asking. The standards block, it is the target for the performance indicator. It should be achievable, fair. It should encourage the employees to take ownership. If the target is not as per the standards criteria, it will be bad for the company. The reward block, it is the reward given for the employees to motivate them to achieve the goals. The same thing they have given. The reward should be clear, it should be motivating, it should be based on the controllable factor within the control of the employee. If they are set properly, the dimension of the organization, the goals will be achieved properly. That is what they have given here. So we have completed the question of beautician, and here you have to remember that the revenue and gross profit, this is about financial. When you are getting this type of question, you have to use these two data to get the financial performance. And then this website hit and number of service booked and completed. When you see this, you should understand that this is used for comparative performance. Like that, when you go through this question once, you will understand which number you have to use for which analysis. Like this only they have done the analysis. So this same thing you have to do in the exam and find out the percentage, and you can choose the answer in the MCQ. Now the next question is about not-for-profit organizations. This is from RTP May 2023. Here we have a charity that is working for the disadvantaged elderly. They are working for old people for a 3-month period from up to 30th September 2022. For that period, 3 months, they have kept these performance metrics or targets. Total donation 30 lakh they should get in these 3 months. And then to keep advertisement cost not more than 3% of donation. We should do advertisement also, but for that we should not do that much expense and all. Total donation only 3% we should spend for advertisement. That is the maximum level. And then welfare cost, we should keep it more than 85% of donation. The amount we are spending for the welfare of the people, that should be 85% of the donation or more. And then to achieve 90% respite care requested from the community, we should achieve 90% of respite care. Here they have given the data. Donation we have received this much in the respective months. Advertisement cost, this much we have incurred. Welfare cost, this much we have done. Respite care request, the request they have given here. And then how much care we have provided. This much 1120 requests we received. Out of that, 896 only we fulfilled. So this percentage of how much we fulfilled, that should be 90% or more. That is the benchmark. Now we have to prepare a statement whether they have achieved the performance target or not. So here this is the statement. They are saying that advertisement cost should not be more than 3% of donation. So what is the meaning? Advertisement cost divided by donation, this percentage should be 3% or low, or below 3%. So that is the meaning here. We are finding out the percentage for each of the month. Advertisement cost divided by donation. Like that, when you do that, you will get the percentage 2.5, 4 and 3. What is the target percentage? 3 or below 3. So here in this July month it is below 3. So target is achieved. And then in August month it is more than 3. So target is not achieved. In September month exactly 3%. So target is achieved. So that is the analysis. The next thing is welfare cost should be 85% of donation. So welfare cost divided by total donation. This percentage should be 85% or more. Every month welfare cost by donation percentage target is 85%. In July month it should be 85% or more. We did not achieve the 85%. So for July the target is not achieved. In August 84% only achieved. So August also target is not achieved. In September 85 we actually got 89%. So we achieved in September. So this is the analysis for welfare cost. And then respite care also. The respite care, how much percentage we provided? 896 divided by 1120. Like that, for every month you have to find out the percentage which we fulfilled. When you see that you are getting 80, 87.98, 92. And then the target percentage is 90%. Only in September you achieved the percentage. In all the months, all the remaining months, the percentage is less than 90 only. Now another benchmark here is that we have to get a donation of total of 30 lakh in the 3 months. Total how much donation we got? 7 plus 13, 20, 20 plus 11, 31 lakh we got donation. So that target is achieved. The same things which I told here, that is given in the form of statements here. You can pause the video and read it by yourself. Now the next question which we are seeing here is sales variance question. This is from PYQ May 2022. Here we have a company. That company is having 4 divisions, 4 zones we can say. 4 zones, north, south, east and west. For a particular year, they have given the target cost of sales. In a company, we will have sales. Sales revenue we will have, and then we will have the cost of goods sold or cost of sales. So this cost of sales only they have given target for each of the division, each of the area. And then the zonal sales manager are paid commission at 10% on sales made by them. If a manager is making 100 rupees sales, 10 rupees commission will be given. So this much is the commission paid for each zone. So 3 lakh is 10% of sales. Now, so sales is 100%. Now how we can find out the sales? 3 lakh is the commission. 3 lakh is 10%. So 100% when you multiply, you will get the sales for the commission. This is the actual commission paid. When you do this, you will get the actual sales achieved. Now they have given the variances also. Sales price variance, sales volume variance, sales margin mix variance for each of the area. Now we have to find out contribution earned by the company, whether they achieved the sales target or not. And then sales margin achieved against the target margin. For the target cost of sales, we will have the target margin also. What is the target margin? Target profit divided by target sales into 100. This will be the target margin. Whether that is achieved or not, that also we have to see. What will be the actual margin? Actual profit divided by actual sales into 100. These two you have to compare and see whether target margin percentage has been achieved or not. Here what data we have? We are having the commission data with which we can find out the sales. Commission every month they have given. Every division, every area they have given. When you are dividing it by 10%, you will get the actual sales. 3 lakh divided by 10% into 100%. This 100% if you do not do itself, even if you do not do, you will get the sales itself. 3 lakh by 10%, 30 lakh. 2 lakh 90,000 divided by 10%, 29 lakh. 3 lakh 10,000 divided by 10%, 31 lakh. 2 lakh 40,000, 24 lakh. Like that you got the actual sales. Here one thing you need to see is that when arriving from actual sales, when arriving to actual sales from the budgeted sales, what will be there? For example, budgeted sales we can take. In this, when you add the favorable variance and when you reduce the adverse variance, what you will get? You will get the actual sales. So this is the template. Budgeted sales you will get, and then when you have any favorable variance, like sales price variance we are having, or sales quantity variance we are having, sales volume variance we are having, like that, when you add the favorable variance and reduce the adverse variance, you will get the actual sales. So same here, you are having the actual sales. And then in actual sales, what you have to do? In budgeted sales, you will add the favorable variance, reduce the adverse variance to get the actual sales. Now from actual sales when you are going, what you have to do? You have to reduce the favorable and then add the adverse variance to get the budgeted figure. Here we are having the actual sales. You have to reduce the favorable variance. Favorable variance means you have to do minus. And then when you are having the adverse variance, you have to do plus. So that is what we have to do here. Here for each division, we are having the favorable variance, sales price variance 40,000. Adverse variance 60,000 you are having. Favorable you have to do minus. So because you are going from actual to budgeted, adverse variance you have to do plus. So net 20,000, and this when taking these two variants, plus 20,000 you have to do net to the actual sales. So that you will get the budgeted sales. Now we can see here actual sales you are having. You are doing minus 40,000. You are doing plus 60,000. So on a net basis, you are getting 20,000 extra plus 20,000. 30 lakh plus 20,000. 30 lakh 20,000. You are getting the target sales for budgeted sales. Same like this you have to do for all the 4 divisions, 4 areas. Here you are not yet including the margin mix variance because you are adding it to the sales figure. Actual sales you are taking, and in that you are adjusting the variance. This variance, it is the margin mix variance. It is not sales value variance. It is the margin variance. So this you have to adjust with the margin only. You have to adjust, you have to add or list this number with margin only, profit only. You have to add this number. It is not related to sales value. So we got the targeted sales, and then this is the target sales. We got the cost of sales target also. For each division, this should be the cost of sales. Now gross profit formula we already know. Sales less cost of goods sold or cost of sales, you can take it. When you do this, you will get the gross profit. So for each thing we have the standard cost of sales also. Target sales less target cost of sales, you will get the gross profit. This you can call it as budgeted margin. Both sales is budgeted, cost of sales also budgeted, so margin also you will get budgeted margin. For each of the divisions you will get it. And in this margin what we can do, we can adjust the margin mix variance. And here sales price variance we are having, right? If you have studied the standard costing, you will know that sales price variance is the same as sales contribution price variance. This is the same as sales margin price variance. So this is same in all the situations. Sales price variance only you will get in contribution price variance also, margin price variance also. So this sales price variance, it is also sales margin price variance. Now from budgeted margin you have to go to actual margin. You have to add the favorable less the adverse to get the actual margin. So here budgeted margin we already have for each division, and then sales margin mix variance 1,40,000 adverse. So you have to reduce it. 5,20,000 budgeted margin you are having. You are doing 1,40,000 minus, and then sales price variance same as sales margin price variance 40,000 favorable. You have to add it. So what you will get 1 lakh when you do this you will get 4,20,000. That is what you are getting. Same thing you have to do for all the 4 division. Now we got all the things. We have to do the analysis now. Contribution earned we have to find out. Contribution earned is the margin earned. They have not given any details of fixed cost and all. So we are taking that contribution is equal to margin, like that we are assuming based on the available data. Now here we are taking the margin, and then highest margin rank 1, lowest margin rank 4, like that they are giving the ranking. The next thing is efficiency towards target sales. Target sales achieved or not, that we are seeing. Here for North division alone if you take, the target sales is 30,20,000. What is the actual sales they achieved? 30 lakh. So target is not achieved. Like that they are comparing the target sales and actual sales and saying whether it is achieved or not. In first North division it is not achieved, but remaining divisions it is achieved. They are saying the actual sales to target sales ratio. Actual sales in the numerator divided by target sales in the denominator. That percentage they have given, and they have given the ranking based on that percentage. And then margin versus sales ratio. Budgeted margin divided by budgeted sales. This is the percentage. Actual margin divided by actual sales. This is the percentage. How much they have achieved the margin. We have to, the budgeted margin is 17.22%, but actually you achieved only 14%. So how much you achieved? 14 divided by 17.22. You will get 81.30%. So this is the percentage which you have achieved. So based on that they have given the rank also. For each division, how much is the target? How much is the target you achieved? Percentage you have achieved the target, that they have taken based on that ranking given. Analysis they have given. That you can read it by yourself. So this numbers how to find out that I told you. This is just the analysis statement and all. This you can read by yourself. You can pause the video and read it. Now we can move to the next question. This question is also about standard costing, variance analysis and interpretation. We are not going to find any numbers, but we are going to interpret the meaning of the numbers. Here we are having a tea company. The company manufactures and distributes finest quality black tea to hotels, restaurants and retailers. The company has a wide presence in the tea market. It is one of the very large premium brands. Premium means they are using product differentiation strategy like that you can understand. They are giving it a high price, they are giving the high quality. The customer are very happy with the finest quality of the tea. The quality of the tea is very good, the customers are very happy. The company will never compromise on the quality. The aim of the company is to deliver finest black tea to keep the customer happy. The main thing is to keep the quality mainly. They have tied up with big tea estate for getting the highest quality tea leaves directly for processing in one factory. The tea leaves they are using it they are going through a lot of process like plucking, withering, brushing, oxidizing, etc. Then after doing all the process they are packed in beautiful plastic jars and then given to hotels, restaurants and retailers. And management they made a meeting. In that meeting they decided to reduce the price per kg by 5%. They are for example currently if they are selling at 100 rupees per kg, they are giving a discount of 5%, and then they will sell at 95 rupees per kg. When you reduce the price and give discount, what will happen? More people will buy, we will get more sales quantity will increase. This is the plan of the management. For the last month operation they have given the variance and all: sales price variance, volume variance, purchase price variance, labor efficiency variance, fixed cost expenditure variance. The requirement is we have to find out the critical success factor for Osaka Tea Company, the company. The management decision we have to evaluate. They have taken a decision to reduce the selling price. Whether it is proper or not, that we have to decide based on the data. First thing is what is the critical success factor? Here repeatedly they are emphasizing, they are giving a special importance to the quality of the product. So this quality is the main thing for which the company is operating. So quality is the critical success factor. It is a very premium brand. They are charging high price and then they are giving the highest quality. What is the meaning of a premium brand? They will not compromise on quality. At the same time, the price will be very high. The price will be as per the quality. That is the strategy of the company. Here, critical success factor is quality. That is the answer for the first question. Here, they are in the second division, subdivision, they are asking us to evaluate the management decision with the overall corporate strategy. Now, the product differentiation strategy for the premium brand, that is what is the overall corporate strategy. They are a premium brand. They will keep a high price. They will supply only to a small segment of customer. From that customer they will charge a high price and get the revenue. That is the overall corporate strategy. Here the decision what they have taken is we have to analyze it. Now existing situation we can see we have a sales price variance adverse. What is the meaning of adverse sales price variance? Budgeted price, for example if it is 100, the actual price we are reducing it and keeping it 90. So we are getting minus 10 rupees. We are getting lost 10 rupees on each and every unit which we are selling. So this is the meaning of negative adverse sales price variance. So by this sales price variance adverse, we can see that we tried to reduce the selling price. So by doing that, what we got? We got a loss of 24,500. And then we reduced the selling price. Because of that, we got more sales quantity. Because of selling more units, we got 20,600 positive. Quantity sold increased. Because of that, we got a positive 20,600 rupees profit. So when you see on a net basis, because of reducing selling price, this much loss. Because of that extra quantity sold, this much profit. On a net basis, when you see you are getting loss only. You are getting 3,900 loss because of this. So what is the meaning here? When you reduce the selling price, more people are buying, but net effect you are getting loss only. When you do this, you can see that it is a price sensitive market. When you reduce the selling price, more people are buying. This you are getting a loss. So the strategy company what it is trying to do? It is trying to reduce the selling price by 5%. Resultantly, you will get increase in quantity sold. But due to we saw the last month operation itself, because of this the net effect it is getting negative only. So this strategy is not good. Based on the last month operation data, we can see that this is not working properly. Net effect we are getting negative only. The next thing is purchase price variance. What is the meaning of purchase price variance? Budgeted raw material price. For example, if it is 100, the actual raw material price which you purchased, it is 110, negative 10 rupees. You are getting extra 10 rupees loss in each and every unit which you are purchasing. So this is the indication of purchase price variance negative. Why we are paying extra rupees for raw material? Because we want the highest quality tea leaves. The raw material should be very high quality. Only then the tea will be very high quality. So because of that we are paying extra rupees for the raw material. That is the meaning of purchase price variance negative. The next thing is labor efficiency variance also we are getting negative. What is the meaning of labor efficiency variance negative? The standard hour, the labor should take only 10 hours, but actually he is taking 11 hours. Like that, in this situation only, you will get labor efficiency variance negative. Why the labor is taking more time? Because he should give more time to the tea leaves, he should pack it properly, he should process it properly. Only then the quality will be maintained. So for quality only, we are paying extra price for raw material. For because of that, this much loss is happening. We are giving more time to labor. Because of that, this much loss we are happening. So this is the interpretation of the variances. That same thing they have given here, and they have given an advice also. Based on this, when you see the strategy does not seem to work, so the company should see all this. After that only they have to take the decision. And when they are reducing the strategy, what they are saying is they are trying to reduce the selling price, and because of reducing that they are trying to enter into the retail market, and the small street vendor also they are trying to supply their tea to the street vendor itself. So they are trying to increase more sales. So that is the strategy and the intention of the company behind reducing the selling price by 5%. They are also saying that it will reduce the exclusivity of the product. Currently, you are a premium brand. You are being sold only to high level customers and rich customers. And when you are giving your tea to the street vendor also, it will reduce the prestige of the product. It will reduce the image of the product. The image of your brand will not be a large premium brand, because your tea is available at a lower price at the cheapest street vendor also. So that will reduce the product differentiation strategy. It is against that strategy. So that was the analysis they have given here. So the entire question is about analysis only. So we have completed it now. Now we can see the next question. Here we have a company. The company is selling a product. The product they are purchasing and selling. They are doing trading. They are buying from their supplier and selling it to the customer. So that is what the company is doing. Here they are purchasing from a supplier, right? From which supplier they are purchasing? They are purchasing from Y. At what price they are purchasing? One unit 140 rupees they are giving and purchasing it. The supplier he is paying all the freight, the carrying expenses, the truck expenses, that and all is borne by the supplier itself. And then no incoming inspection is necessary, because the supplier has a superb reputation. He is having a very high reputation, so we need not do any extra inspection when we are receiving the delivery. The annual demand is 13,000 units. In 1 year, we want a total of 13,000 units for selling. And then our company requires 15% annual return on investment. So this is the cut-off rate or hurdle rate or the cost of capital, or you can also take it as the required return. The purchase order lead time is 2 weeks. If you place the order now, after 2 weeks only you will get the delivery. So that is the meaning of lead time. The purchase order is passed through EDI and it costs 2 rupees per order. How they are placing the order? They are using an electronic data interchange. From their computer itself, they are placing the order. For placing one order, it is costing 2 rupees. If you want to do one order, it will cost 2 rupees. The relevant insurance, material handling, etc., 3.1 rupees per unit per year. If you want to keep one unit for 1 year, insurance, material handling, that expenses and all, it will come for 3.1 rupees per unit. And they are making a decision about whether we want to shift to JIT, just in time purchasing. And then in JIT, what is happening? Currently, the existing delivery system they are saying is that total 1,000 units we will order in one order, and then like this for 13,000 units. Total in a year we want 13,000 units. In one order, we will place 1,000 units. So we will make a total of 13 orders. This is the current purchasing system. But what they are proposing is that the order quantity is 100 units. And then 130 times they will come and deliver the goods. Total 13,000 we want. For one order, the size is 100 units. So in 1 year, total 130 orders we will get. So this is the system of JIT. This is what they are trying to change into that. They want to convert into JIT. For that only they are doing the analysis. And that like that 130 times they will get the order. For doing this much time of delivery, 130 order means 130 times the supplier should give the delivery. For that extra cost he is charging for 1 unit 0.02 rupees. So for 13,000 units, in every year you are purchasing 13,000 units. If you move to JIT, you have to pay 140 plus 0.02 per unit. This you have to pay for the total units. X incurs no stock out under its current purchasing policy. What is the meaning of stock out? When the customer is coming to purchase, we will always have the inventory. We will always have the stock and we can sell it to them. Stock out means the customer is ready to purchase, but we are not having the inventory. The stock is out. The inventory is zero. So we have to purchase and then only we have to give it to the customer. Sometimes the customer will be waiting. Other times the customer will reject your company and he will go to the competitor. So this is the stock out cost. It is estimated that the company incurs a stock out cost of 50 units on 50 units under a JIT purchasing policy. Under this JIT purchasing policy, since you are making small orders, total 13,000 units you want, but in one order you are placing only 100 units. So this quantity will be completed quickly and you have to make another order. That order should come. In between this, some customer may come, but you will not have any units. So you will incur a stock out cost. That stock out cost, it may be lost contribution, it may be in the form of that. So in this event of a stock out, the company has to rush order which costs 4 rupees per unit. What they are saying is that the customer is coming but we are having stock out situation means we have to order in a extraordinary manner. We have to make a quick order and then for that we will get a cost of 4 rupees per unit. So 50 units into 4 rupees per unit, this is the stock out cost. Now we can see the cost statement for both the situations. Now under current policy, the price is 140 rupees. Total annual demand is 13,000 units. This much is the total purchasing cost. And then the purchasing cost will be higher in the case of JIT because we are getting charged extra for the number of orders. So more purchasing cost will be there. Ordering cost. Total 13 orders in the current system, 2 rupees per order, 26 rupees. In the new system, we will have number of orders 130, so 260 rupees will be the ordering cost. What will be the carrying cost of the inventory? Carrying cost means that we have to, when we are purchasing the inventory, we have to keep it in a godown. We have to pay rent for that storage, and then we have to keep a security for securing the security watchman for keeping the facility properly. And then we need to maintain that, handle the inventory. We have to bring it to the warehouse. We have to do inspection and all like that. There are a lot of costs when we are purchasing inventory and storing it in a place. Also, when you purchase it and keep it, your working capital gets blocked. You are borrowing funds and then only you are investing in the company. So when you purchase a lot of inventory and keep it in there, you have to pay interest for the amount which you have borrowed. So that also you have to consider here. That all combined, that will be the carrying cost of the inventory. Now, how much will be the carrying cost? You should compute the carrying cost based on the average inventory that you will maintain. On a in a year, how much will be the average inventory? Here they have taken the logic of reorder quantity divided by 2. For example, if you are ordering 1000 units, you will receive that 1000 units and then over the period of time, what will happen? This we can take it as the level of inventory. This we can take it as the time. As time passes, what will happen? When you are receiving the inventory, the level of inventory will be very high. As time passes, you will consume it and then it will go downwards. And then at a point of time, you will have zero inventory. Now, when you will order at a quantity when you will not wait till zero. You will order when there is a minimum quantity left over in the inventory. And then you will again receive the order and then it will again go up. After that, again it will go down as you consume. So, what will be the average inventory? Here it is at the peak because you are ordering and you are receiving it just now. And then it will be reducing over time. Now, what we can do for average inventory, we have to take in the middle. So, we can do in the beginning, you are having, for example, 1000 units is the order size. You will order 1000 units. Here you will have 1000. Here you will have 0. So, we can do 1000 plus 0 divided by 2. 500 is the average inventory that you are maintaining. We will get it somewhere in the middle. So, this is the average inventory logic. So in the current policy, for one order, you are placing 1000 units. So 1000 divided by 2, 500 is the average inventory you are maintaining. For 500 units, 1000 into 1 by 2, for 500 units, This much is the purchasing cost. The amount of working capital blocked, you can find it out by average inventory into the price which you purchased into 15% of the required return. That much of the cost of capital required return, you can call it like that. That much amount it is getting blocked, that much percentage you have to pay interest. So the next thing is in JIT the order size is very small. So the working capital blocked also is very small. Only small amount we are giving for purchasing, and then we are purchasing in small quantity. So not that much money will be blocked as the inventory. And then in that also you can take the percentage of ROI for calculating the carrying cost. And then other carrying cost, insurance, material handling, those expense and all, that also for the average inventory, this you can take it. This other cost they have given for per annum. So you can take it directly. Average inventory into carrying cost per annum. Average inventory into carrying cost per annum. Then stock out cost. There is no stock out in the current situation. In JIT, total 50 units stock out. For 1 unit, 4 rupees is the rush order cost. So when you add all the cost in both the situation, what will happen? You will get the total cost. The total cost is less in JIT. The cost you are saving because of switching to JIT policy. So JIT policy should be adopted by the company. So this is one more question which I found out that it is a little bit different and it should be revised once before going to the exam. So that's all about this video. I have solved all the questions which I found out from RTP, MTP and POQ, and the questions which have been repeated but not found in any other sources, that we have solved together. And if you found this video useful, share this to your friends and subscribe to the channel. And like this video so that it will reach to more people and more people can get benefited from this video. Thank you for watching. Also in our channel, we have marathons for Set B, both theory marathon, which is about 12 hours, in which all the theory is covered, and a practical sums marathon, in which all the practical sums are covered in the same 12 hours. So the total of 24 hours videos available in our channel. You can refer to that if you have not started preparation of Set B in a full-fledged manner. You can refer to them. And then it is in full English. It will be helpful even for students who don't know Hindi. And then we are also having Set C marathons for arbitration and Set D marathon for paper 3 entrepreneurship and startup ecosystem. You can check them out too if you have time and you're preparing for the same. They are of 3 hours and 3 hours each. You can cover the entire syllabus in 3 hours and revise them once before the exam by yourself. The notes and this PDF link will also be given in the this PDF will also be shared in the Telegram channel. The link for joining the Telegram channel is given in the description and in the pinned comment. Thank you.